What it is, y'all, it's your old boy Pilk, I'm coming back today with another Danmachi video, and we really need to talk about what's incoming here, because part 2 is looking pretty busy, and honestly pretty sweet. Now, first things first, we do have I keep mispronouncing this. Keep calling it the Origin, that's not what it is. Orgion Saga? It sounds bad. That's actually continuing here. We already know all this stuff. We got the all 4-star gacha. If you haven't gotten that, go back and watch my video on that. Super easy to get, and every single unit on this gacha is a 4-star, so totally worth it. And we're going to get another one coming up here shortly, as you'll see. But, Celsius Festival gacha, we've covered all these things. Got the login bonuses. This is 1,000 Iris login bonus that's currently going on. So if you're low on Iris, keep logging in every day. Got that banner. Up to 500 Iris present. I think that's actually currently happening. And we got the 100 Iris present that was actually distributed last week. Now, here's where we start getting into the new stuff. This is the brand new Part 2 event for the Orgion Saga. And check this out. We are getting a 4-star Mamma Mia unit. A lot of you guys have been asking for this. I'm a little sad it's not the younger Mamma Mia, but what she's going to do is going to blow you away. First things first. Mamma Mia, it looks like she have a new weapon, which is awesome. But Mamma Mia is a 5,084 HP with a 1,000 endurance. A 1,000. With 1,000 endurance. She is nuts. And she's going to get even harder to kill from there. This unit is going to be one of those crazy units that if you do not get now, you are going to regret for the rest of the game. Period. I don't care what anybody says. This unit is bonkers. Just from a defensive standpoint. She's also got 2202 for physical attack. She's got 883 for dex, which ain't the greatest, but for what she does, she's fine. She's fine. 1214 for agility. She's going to be speedy. This unit is bonkers. Okay, hear me out on this. Listen closely. Skill 1, 120 MP cost. Self. Fast. Endurance and guard rate plus 100%. That's right, you heard me. Take that endurance number and double it. Now, add a guard rate on top of that of 100%. Bonkers. That goes on for 5 turns. Then foes, plural, strength, magic, agility, dex, critical rate, and penetration rate. 6 things. Down 40% for 5 turns. 1 additional action. I know. I even looked at this the first time and went, 1 action? Yep, 1 action. Foes, plural, high earth physical attack with ultra and guard rate, and allies 30%. Allies. Listen to this. Allies. 30% of max HP barrier and 40% HP regen for 3 turns. You heard that right. You absolutely heard that correct. This unit is going to make everybody tanky. She is awesome. Mamma Mia is going to be a must-have unit. Skill 2 is a 72 MP cost. Foes, plural, slow, super earth physical attack with ultra encounter rate, temporary strength boost. Hear me out. 30% HP steal on top of all the other stuff she does, and shorten status buffs by 2 turns. Self-strength, earth, and heal rate 70%, with single target and AoE damage taken down 60%. That's right. All single target and AoE attacks will be reduced by 60% on top of all the other stuff she does. It's bonkers. It's bonkers. And that's only for 3 turns, not the full 5 turns. Who cares? Skill 3 is a 48 MP cost. Foes singular slow super earth physical attack with ultra and guard rate. Skill damage 60% per self. Strength and earth attack damage buff. Remember, multiply that by 4. That is a 240% attack. Now we've got to get onto our SA. Foes plural, Ultra Earth physical attack with Ultra on guard rate, temporary great strength boost, physical resist down 60%, AoE damage taken plus 50% for 4 turns. So now she can actually produce an insane amount of damage on top of just tanking like crazy and sell 50% MP heal. 4 additional effects, foes plural, high earth physical attack with Ultra on guard rate, 40% HP steal, and shorten status buffs by 4 turns. And allies 40% max barrier with 40% HP regen for 4 turns. Mamma Mia is game-breakingly good. Game-breakingly good. And then we got to get into Chione, who's also on the same banner. Chione has a 5,036 HP, 2196 physical attack, 841 endurance, which doesn't look great compared to Mamma Mia, but remember, that's still a supremely good, an insanely good endurance stat. In fact, I didn't check it here. Mamma Mia's is still only a double S endurance stat. That should be the 1,000 mark should be a triple S endurance stat. I don't know why it is what it is. Probably because Dex is 1030, and that we've never got a triple S Dex stat either. Her agility is really low, 899, but there's a reason for that in her build. And no, she's not a record buster build. Hear me out. Skill 1 with Chione is a 115 MP cost, foes plural, super dark physical attack with ultra and counter rate, removes fire, thunder, and dark resistance buffs, and 3 additional actions. Foes plural, high dark physical attack with ultra penetration rate, skill damage plus 40% per strength and dark attack damage buff with physical resist and AoE resist damage buffs. That, if I'm reading this right, is 4 stats for 40%. That is bonkers. Remember, each one of those stats is essentially capable of being doubled. Probably not, but very, very capable of that. That means her 40%. Let's see. That's a 360% attack. If I'm reading that right. I'm not sure if I'm reading that right because that sounds too crazy. That's what it looks like. We're going to deep dive in that a little bit tomorrow, but right now it looks like that's going to be just the most bonkers insane attack. Skill 2 is a 42 MP cost, self fast, strength and dex attack. Yeah. Strength and dex plus 70%, dark attack damage plus 100% for 3 turns. Foes plural, physical resist down 40% and AoE damage taken plus 40% for only 1 turn, but that's not a big deal because you're going to replicate that. Skill 3 is if you're playing the game right. That is. Skill 3 is a 41 MP cost, foes singular super dark physical attack with ultra penetration rate, skill damage 50% per strength, and dark attack damage buff, physical resist, and AoE damage taken buff. Yeah. So, that could be a crazy hit. SA is a foe's plural, ultra dark physical attack with ultra penetration rate, skill damage 50% per self strength, and dark attack damage buff, and physical resist and AoE damage taken buff. And foes remove status buffs and inflict slow on top of all that. Chione is crazy good, but the more I'm thinking about it, she might be fairly. I've really got to read a little bit more into this. This is just a cold read for now, but she might be fairly conditional on that. But here's banner number 2. We got Chione in that outfit that I've said I wanted to have, and we've got Gareth, who's actually interesting. I've got a thing I want to talk about that, but let's do Chione first. Chione is a 4974 HP, which looks a little low compared to the other 2 units we got, but that's still insanely high. Compare that to last year, blows it out of the water. Only 581 endurance, but remember, she's a magic unit, 2112 magic, so they tend to be a little more squishy than physical units anyway. 1037 dex and 1144 agility. All pretty good modern stats. Not the craziest things we've ever seen, but just good modern stats. She's, I don't want to say middle of the road, but probably middle of the road for this anniversary. Now, Skill-wise, Skill 1 is a 95 MP cost, self, magic and counter rate plus 100% for 4 turns, and allies, dex, and earth attack damage 60%. All allies, mind you. Dex and earth attack damage 60% for 4 turns, and 4 additional actions, foe singular, high earth magic attack with ultra critical rate, remove physical resistance and magic resistance buffs. Yes, you're right, foe singular. She is a record buster unit. Skill 2 is a 45 MP cost, foe singular, fast, mid-earth physical attack. I'm sorry, mid-earth physical attack. I already talked about it being magic. Mid-earth magic attack with ultra and guard rate, strength magic, magic resist, and earth resist down 40% for 2 turns. And skill 3 is a foe singular super earth magic attack with ultra critical rate, skill damage 60% per self magic and counter rate buff with a foe extend status debuffs by 2 turns. SA is a foe singular ultra earth magic attack with ultra penetration rate, temporary great magic boost, and magic resist down 60% with single target damage taken plus 50% for 2 turns. Allies earth attack damage and counter rate plus 100% for 4 turns. She is really great for the earth team and really great for Wrecker Busters, so you know the next Wrecker Buster is going to require this unit. Now, before we move on, I do want to say, normally when we get a Gareth unit, he gets really crazy buffs, he gets all this crazy stuff, and then suddenly out of the blue, he just becomes worthless. He looks really good on the front side and then just peters out like instantly. But not this time, because Gareth is an assist, and he's an assist with a really rock-solid skill. Now, HP is 1438. Every other stat, pretty much every other stat, is 401. With the exception of number 1, Endurance, which is 310. Number 2, Magic, which is 199, or MP, which is 199. And Dex, which is 609. So stats are pretty middle of the road. Stats aren't really anything to write home about. What he does, though, is at full max summer break, he will do Earth Resist and Guard Rate down 25%, with allies Dark Attack damage and counter rate up 25%. So he's great for the Earth team, and the Dark team. Fantastic unit. It will be good for a very, very long time. I like this Gareth a lot. So, this is banner number 1, and per usual, it's double rates. But remember, double rates does include general 4 stars. But your 1st, 4th, 7th, and 10th are still guaranteed to be new units. This is an interesting one here. 6 Ring Siege. This is something, we'll get to this here. Well, there's some more information over here on this. So essentially, this is like kind of like our EX missions we get every single time, but kind of like turned up to 11. It is a newish event. Period will start 7/26. It's probably 25 for most of us. And will end on 9/13, the end of the anniversary. Description. Face off against 6 demi-spirits of different elements. Each quest begins with a fully voiced short story. And if you clear the EX quests, you can even get a special feature. Now, you can exchange the drop items for hero tickets and gnome tickets hero lights and gnome tickets, and get up to 300 iris for your first clear reward. That means that just clearing the EX mission will result in iris. Just clearing it results in iris. If you happen to S-clear it, that's a whole other animal. So it gives us the ability to actually run this with some lower-end units and get you the clear, even if you can't S-clear it, and that is going to be one of my biggest focuses coming up here soon. Okay? So, a little bit of redundant information, but of course, double 4-star rates on the new banners. Remember, we got the you always have these bundles incoming. So we've got a bundle with the 3-star ticket. I think that ticket bundle is a fantastic value. The other bundles, they are what they are. They're pretty much for whales, but this bundle is cheap and can yield a really good unit. So I always say get the 3-star ticket. It's a gamble. It's 100% a gamble. You never know if it's going to work out. But I've had it work out more often than not. I think it's super worth it. And it's a very, very cheap bundle to undertake. Okay? Now, got a new login bonus. That's another 1,000 iris on that login bonus. we've got a new banner coming up. This isn't. I see that everything's a little cut off here. Let me see if I can just give this a slight adjustment so it looks a little better on screen. There we go. So this banner is all Leafia units. All Leafia units. No exception. All Leafia. That's pretty awesome. And it looks like there's some actual time-limited Leafias on this, which is pretty cool too. And this is more or less what it's going to look like, but every single unit on this banner is Leafia and is a 4-star. So, great opportunity to pick up some units, and maybe even for, like me, maybe some older units that I didn't have before. Because I think there's some Leafias that I'm missing. Premium service subscriptions, that's like the full course and all that. We're getting some more fertility medals to exchange, and we're getting some new outfits. There's a maid outfit for both Eyes and Leafia incoming. Danmachi Heroic Trial Argonaut publication date. We already talked about that, but basically it was published last Friday and last Wednesday. Friday in Japan, Wednesday for us, Thursday for Japan. We got a new campaign starting with that. The weapon upgrade support campaign looks like it's going to continue, and we are going to get back daily quests. Reading start off with the Hero Fauna quest. We're going to go to Player XP quest, CP item quest, and Valis quest. And remember, XP quest and Valis quest, you can actually milk for extra rewards. We'll talk about all that when they drop. Bonus Iris campaign. This is going to be extra Iris, basically purchasable Iris. This is for the whales, but this is really, really, really good. Downside is one time only, so that's $70 packs looking like it's got my name on it. And for those of you that were low on Iris like I'm super low on Iris. This is awesome. Social media campaign, 400 Iris. Organ Saga. Login bonus is 1,000 Iris. That's that new login bonus we talked about. Hero Quest, very hard reward. That's 400. 6 Ring Siege, that's 300. Total Clear and Mission Research, that's rewards. That's 350. That is a sum total of 7,000 Iris that you can get. Math seems a bit off on that, but it is what it is. It says up to 7,000 Iris in Part 2 alone. Now, here we go. This is the new story, and it's going to drop 400 Iris from the story. Of course, double rates, like I said before, on the banners. We were talking about the ticket bundle. New Heroic Trial. The one thing I'll tell you about this is Gareth is super good. He's a great assist. Probably a better value than Chione, who's the Wrecker Buster unit, but if you happen to have 4 of her and you just need the final one to bond her out, it's about the only time I would say that's a better value than Gareth. Personal opinion. We're going to talk about that. 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 Schedule for 7/21. This is actually starting this Thursday for us. That's be 7/20 for us. And then, of course, Friday in Japan. This is the Leafia ticket. We'll be getting that Leafia ticket as a login bonus. And the new login bonus starts with 1,000 Iris for Gareth. This is next week, and we're getting that 6 Ring Siege next week, so you can start preparing and thinking about what you want to do today. We're getting the new Heroic Trial next week for Mamma Mia and for Chione. And that is pretty much it, guys. That is an insane amount. We didn't even talk about Ultimate Wargame and Undertale Skewer coming with a new 7th zone, because that's all expected stuff. This is insane, guys. There's so much coming in Part 2. And a ton that's free to play. But remember, 2 new banners incoming tomorrow. So if you don't have 8,000 Iris, which I personally don't, it's time to get farming. There you guys go. Like, comment, share. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments down below. And I will catch you guys tomorrow for the deeper dive on these new units. And we'll see about the live stream. It may happen. It may not. I will alert you guys. I'll alert you guys through the YouTube sphere. So stay tuned here, and I'll let you guys know about tomorrow night's live stream, if it happens, what time it's going to happen, and all that. So stay tuned. And as always, subscribe and like. Bye!